Many of you have asked about ways to include shapes that can only be sized one direction, just to help make sure that the lesson acts the way you want it to. So what I've done is, just as an example, I went ahead and put a thermometer on my page and added in some degrees here. We're going to pretend we're only working on our tens. And I'm going to add a shape that's going to fill in this portion here. So I'm going to grab a rectangle, and just to try to help it match what's already there on my page, I am right-clicking on the white portion and getting my eyedropper so that both the border color and the fill color of my shape will try to match this as best as possible. So I'm going to grab this here and drag this shape over. Good deal. Alright, now when I click on it, you can see that the shape is there that I've created. And we're going to pretend like I want the students to be able to manipulate this up and down to show me different degrees on the thermometer. Well, you'll notice that I have it to where I could go ahead and just do that now. But I also run that risk of a child coming over and dragging things this way and back and forth. And there are options that are a little bit more advanced to help you to where you can only have them go vertically. So I'm going to show you how to change your profiles out so that this marquee toolbar only gives you the option to move items up and down. And of course, this can be done horizontally as well. It's really up to you. So to get started, what we're going to do is we are going to go to our menu icon here and to edit, and then down to profiles. Now, if you're not as familiar with working over here off the toolbar, same thing on the menu bar, edit, profiles. Okay? When I do that, you should see this screen here, and we're going to look at our command section. Right now, our command section is showing us everything over here on the main toolbox. What we can do, though, is we can change that to our marquee handles, which are all the things that pop up when we select an object. And what we can do is we can move the stretch top left. Now we want ours to go top and bottom because you never know. Or maybe we'll just leave it at top and we'll lock it in place. So we'll do that to where the only thing we leave available on our toolbar is the stretch top. So I'm going to remove the left, remove the right, and just continue to remove all these. I'm not going to give them a chance to freely move it. I'm not going to give them a chance to rotate it, to edit it. We don't need to group any of that, send it backwards, duplicate, any of that. So that can all go. And that's a change we've made on our marquee toolbar. Now notice I'm in my authoring profile. Well, I don't want to make that change and save it to the profile that I use constantly to build things. So what I'm going to do is save as, and we're going to pretend temperature lesson is the profile that I want to only have the vertically up and down marquee toolbar. So I'll just name this profile as temperature lesson and hit save. Okay, so now I have all of these different lessons here, or not lessons, excuse me, profiles, and I can use these and change back and forth when I'm teaching that lesson. So if I'm back in authoring mode, which will give me just a minute, my screen will flash until this is done. I come into authoring mode, you notice I still have all of those options that I had before. Okay? So when I'm ready to teach this lesson with the students and I only want to have that vertical portion, I can come over here to my little profile card and switch the profile to the temperature lesson. You give it just a minute to catch up, and as soon as I do that, when I press on this lesson, now I'm moving it, this can only go up and down on the toolbar. Okay, so you have options. You know, if you lock it down, though, just know it's not moving. So that's one thing that some people still say is a problem. So it might not be something you want to do, but you do have that option of going just up and down when they click on it. So again, that's changing up your profiles a little bit. When you're done teaching this lesson and you want to move back into having everything available on your toolbar as usual, you can come back to your profiles and switch to at the board or authoring, whatever you're using with the students.